Welcome back to my channel, Constantly Abiding. My name is Ruth, and on this channel, I love to talk about all things pertaining to home. That may be homemaking, homesteading, homeschooling, or many other topics pertaining to home. I am loving my zinnia patch at the entrance of my vegetable garden. It is definitely feeling like summer here in South Texas, and I am so happy that these zinnias are still going strong, and I hope they will for months to come. This is the first time that I have grown a huge zinnia patch like this, and I am so thrilled. It has been a lot of fun to go out and to cut these beautiful flowers and to take them back in and make beautiful arrangements in my vintage cottage kitchen. I absolutely love this time of year where we can bring the outside into our house. I have this tiny little vase that I love. I just have a thing for little miniature things. I love tiny little cute things, and this little vase is tiny and it's just a few flowers. So I brought in some rosemary from my rosemary plant growing out on the porch, and I just cut these to fit into the little vase. Very simple, very quick little project, but the flowers last for quite a while and at least several days. And here I am just pulling off the extra leaves that are not needed and giving everything a trim. There's a little sprig of lavender and rosemary from my herbs, and then these bright cherry zinnias. It seems like no matter what the day, what the season, washing dishes is something that has to be done day after day. We never cease to have dirty dishes to wash, and it's one of those mundane tasks. Laura Ingalls Wilder said the true way to live is to enjoy every moment as it passes, and surely it is in the everyday things around us that the beauty of life lies. Several weeks back, a friend sweetly gave me some mason jars filled with flowers, and I have so enjoyed seeing those on my island. The flowers were dried out, and so I decided to clean out the jars and then to make some new arrangements with those zinnias that I picked from my garden outside. I was able to repurpose some of the green leaf stems that my friend had used in the original arrangements and then fill in with the new zinnias. I have lavender and salvia plants growing at the farm, and so both of those are beautiful purple flowers that really are nice fillers for little floral arrangements. It seems like every season of homemaking comes with its own joys and pleasure. I think spring and summer are beautiful in that we get to go outdoors and pick flowers and make arrangements and spruce up our homes in a natural way. That's different than other seasons like winter, where there's not as much of the outdoors to bring in. And then winter has its beauty in that it's a slower season and the leaves are off the trees and it's just more of a restful season. Things are not bursting with new life. But in spring and summer, we can take full advantage of everything that's in bloom and use those free natural elements within our homes to decorate. And I think that is a beautiful thing. There are so many ways that we can show love and care for our families as we do these daily mundane tasks, wiping the table yet again, washing dishes, washing clothes. We do these things out of love and care for our families and for their well-being. And sometimes just the going the little extra mile with small things such as lighting candles or putting on soft music for dinner time. It sets an atmosphere that brings the family together, that makes things calming and peaceful, and makes home a lovely place to gather together. Here my son is helping me out by mulching some twigs, some sticks that fell from the recent tornado that blew over our home, and we are really loving this mulcher. I will have it linked in the description. So the way this works, you just feed the sticks into the hopper and out comes your little wood chips that I am using as mulch in the garden. It definitely feels that summer has arrived here in June on our farm. It is very toasty outside, and so I am trying to get out daily to water my plants. I cannot stay out too long because it is just so hot, but these plants have to be consistently watered or they will be fried. And so this is a daily thing. I'm trying to get out in the morning before it gets too hot. Currently we do have purple whole peas and okra and a few tomatoes, some herbs and flowers, the zinnias. Those are the things that we are harvesting the most of currently. Here I am picking purple whole peas. These are so delicious, cooked with a little bit of bacon and maybe a little okra thrown in with some onions. They are such a wonderful summertime treat. I have been talking about and showing the wood chipper that we recently purchased on my last videos. That wood chipper is wonderful for the sticks and the twigs that the wind blows down as we have storms and recent tornado that we had on our property. But another need that we had was for a leaf mulcher. We have so many leaves fall on our property, and it's such an opportunity for good garden mulch. So recently I did order a leaf mulcher from Amazon. I will link it in the description. I had been thinking about this one for quite some time, and so here my son is helping me put it together. I am probably the world's worst at having a knack for putting things together. My son and I were able to get a start on this, but it was so helpful when my husband came and helped us get the whole thing put together. We tried out our first load of leaves on the porch and quickly learned that this is an activity we want to do out in the grass because it does blow a lot of dust from the leaves. So we ended up setting it up out in the grass under the trees closer to the leaves, just using a couple of extension cords, and that worked a lot better. Now that my purple hull peas had been picked, it was time to sit down and shell the peas. I have to say that shelling peas takes me back to my childhood. My Mimi would have frozen bags of purple hull peas in her freezer, and when we would go and see my granddad and my Mimi, she would sometimes make purple hull peas with our dinner. And she just had that farm to table kind of style of dinner, maybe cornbread, baked goods, fresh fruit. She was such a good cook, and she lived in East Texas, and I did too for a while as a girl. And so things like shelling peas definitely reminds me of my girlhood and upbringing. I enjoy just sitting on the porch, on the swing, and taking a slower pace, having time to think, having time to be in nature, and remember sweet memories of days gone by.
You don't like it? Purple whole pea shells, ladies. Look at there. The babies wouldn't eat it, but she drilled them right in it down.
I took a quick break from the peas to go out and to wipe down our front door. I can say after painting the door white that it is a chore that has to be done regularly. It gets dirty so quickly, so a damp rag over it frequently helps it not to get too built up with all the dirt and the spider webs and just all that stuff from the outdoors. So that's what you see me doing here, just dusting it with a damp rag and giving it a good clean. And of course, when I'm cleaning, I always jump from one thing to the other. As I'm cleaning the door, I start noticing the side of the house and wiping that down a little bit, and before you know it, I can be trying to tackle the whole house, which I didn't do that day, but it just seems like one task always leads to another, doesn't it? I wanted to put this okra away in the freezer, so I just sprayed it down to clean it off. I chopped off the ends and then I chopped it into bite-sized pieces and then put it in Ziploc bags for the freezer. We are not getting enough okra at one time, like a huge harvest, so I'm just adding to that bag as I go. I probably should have done like a flash freeze in the freezer for an hour before I put it in the bag, but I did not. I just dumped it in the bag and I think it will be fine. We are only getting so many peas at a time, and so I am just adding them bit by bit, little small batch by small batch into this Ziploc bag, and hopefully we will maybe in the future be able to grow a whole lot more rows, and then we will be able to harvest a lot at once. But for now, this is working fine. So I took both mulch from chipper and also the leaf mulch and added into the garden. What I did this time is I put the mulch from the chipper around the base of these green bean plants, and then I covered over that with the leaf mulch. They definitely have a different consistency. The chipper mulch is just like little wood chips, and the leaf mulch is really soft, and so I think they work together quite well, and I'm really happy with the ability to create free mulch for the garden using the wood chipper and the leaf mulcher. My husband and I love to go on evening walks, and recently we saw this mama duck with her little duckling. I just had to show you. I thought they were so precious.